Hi everyone, welcome along this evening and thanks for taking our half hour out of your busy Sundays where people like to relax and put their feet up before they start work for the week. My goal with this training is to be interactive and to help people get started. I'm hearing that there is a little bit of confusion for some people who have been around a while, and we've got lots of new people coming along that want to get started and aren't quite sure what to do next. So my goal, as I say, over the next 4 Sundays, 8 to 8:30, is to give you information, to give you homework to do, to have you to come back, and I'm looking at Wednesday as your follow-up for your homework so that it's not left for a whole week before you are held accountable. And it's really designed for those people who want to get into action, aren't sure how, they're a bit scared, not sure what's going on. And so that's what this is for, is to help support you with everybody else doing the same thing and coming back and sharing your results and learning from that. And so allowing your action to overcome your fear, because fear won't get you where you want to be, whereas action will. So I'm going to share a few things on the company, just a little bit about me. I've been around Nu Skin now for as long as it's been in New Zealand, so just over 25 years. I started off strong, went away and had a family and had some other business and things that took me away. Continued using the products and loved them, and was reintroduced when the AgeLock platform was launched. And that innovation really got me excited to re-engage, and excited enough to re-engage with Nu Skin. And what I love now going forward, so much further down the track, is how much smarter Nu Skin have become with the tools they've provided us. So just a little bit about Nu Skin, what I want to share, and I'll share this every Sunday just so that we all get this in our minds about what Nu Skin stand for. Their mission statement is to be a force for good throughout the world by empowering people to improve lives with rewarding business opportunities, innovative products, and an enriching and uplifting culture. And I think that is super important to know that that's where the company are coming from. Now, could I just ask you, Lee B, has that picture on your screen changed from the mission statement?
Yes, you've now got your mindset, NSC
right.
Mindset up.
Great, thank you. Just needed to know it was still changing. That's great. So the first place to get started is to the one thing that we've got to our advantage is a system. So Nu Skin provide us with a fantastic, innovative product range, fantastic, innovative compensation plan. They do all the hard work. They get the products into the countries for us. They do the deliveries. They do the money collection. They do all the hard work. Our job is to market and get our products in front of everybody else. So we've got essentially an online store that we need to share and let our people, friends and family and acquaintances know is there. So the system that we plug in to help us to do that is called System 7 and is run by OTG. Now, they have a great system available online. And so for those who don't know, I'll get you to go to the fundamentals of OTG. So if you go to otg.global/Pacific/System 7, you'll be able to see some workflow. Hang on, let me go back here. So this is what I'm talking about here. So System 7 OTG, you can see here that there are a series of short videos for people to watch that go through from introduction, they go through the workflow, they go through telling your story, they go through all of the things that you need to get your mindset right. Okay, so I want you to note down, somebody might need to just mute their phone there somewhere. I want you to note down otg.global/Pacific, and you can see it up the top there, /System 7. That's where we go for all of our training. Okay, so they will help you get your mindset right. You should be listening every day, and let me come back to some of our fundamentals. Core habits. Okay, so this is all available in that otg.global website. Your core habits are so important. Be a 100% user. Convert your home over from buying from everybody else to buy from yourself so that you get the advantage of that. Do 15 personal presentations or more each month. Create 2 or more new personal customers and ADRs each month. Achieve 6 blocks in the new terminology, or 3,000 GSV per month. Listen, read to OTG recommended books and audios. Now that could be part going on to the OTG workflow, watching all those little videos could be part of that daily habits that you create so that you can feed your mind and get you thinking about getting, it's not about, it's when you get new skin into your system and into your blood that you will get more success, because you will have more confidence, more faith, more belief in yourself around what you're doing. Now I wanted to come back. As we can see here, it says set goals as one of the first things that we do. So as part of our 7-step program when we get started, the first thing you need to do is set some goals. Now, if you're like me, I used to struggle to actually write down any goals because I thought, oh, poo-hoo, it doesn't work, that stuff's just nonsense. But there is so much proof out there that shows when you write a goal down and you put a date on it, that it's more likely to happen than if you just think about it in your head. So the process of taking it from your brain, using your hand to write it on paper, and then reinforcing that every time you've got that piece of paper sticking all around everywhere you look, reinforces that goal into your brain. There's a lot of power in that, okay? And as part of that setting goals, part of the workflow, which is the very first part of your workflow.
Sure, come down.
If you go to nsemindset.com, that is the company website which I would encourage you to work your way through. Now, you don't need to do it all at once, but just start off with the introduction, which is Blake and Sandy and Steve all talking about their dreams and what that's all about. They've set up this success formula for a very good reason, and it works really well if you follow it. So everybody talks about getting feeding your mind and getting your head right to get success. This is a great place to start. It's aligned with the company for a start, which is fantastic. So go in here, go into dreams, because dreams are what we start with. Then we turn them into goals by putting a time on them. So work your way through the success formula. If you've done it once a long time ago, I would suggest that you do it again, and you do it again until you can just about read it off by memory, because that will just keep reinforcing the reasons why you're doing Nu Skin, okay? Because it's like riding a bike. If you're not committed to the end journey about what you want to achieve with your Nu Skin business, when you're riding a bike, you hit your first bike. Now, what makes you get back on the bike to carry on riding? If you don't have a vision of yourself being able to ride a bike and to get around the place on a bicycle, right? Now, with our Nu Skin business, if we don't set ourselves a goal about what we want to achieve, whether it's in the next month, whether it's in the next 6 months, or whether it's in the next 5 years, when you hit your first bump, and I'm going to suggest that might be somebody saying no, one of your family members laughing at you and saying, oh, no, you're not doing that direct marketing thing, or that MLM thing, or that networking, or that pyramid scheme thing, are you? And you'll get that. The more people you talk to, the more chances you have of somebody saying that. Now, that will give your ego a bit of a blow, because you thought you had the best thing since sliced bread, right? And so the thing that will keep you going and get you back on your bike is understanding why you're doing Nu Skin. So go into NSE Mindset, work out what it is and why it is you want to do Nu Skin and what you want to achieve, and write those down for me, because I'm going to ask you all to share those goals. I'm going to get you to share one goal with me next Sunday night, and I'm going to get you to tell me your reason why. Why are you doing Nu Skin? And really drill down on yourself and get to the nuts and bolts of it. Keep asking yourself, why is that important to me? When you come up with an answer, now why is that important to me? Drill down until you get an emotional attachment to the reason why you're doing Nu Skin. Alrighty? And because that's super important, because when it comes back to you hitting a bump, maybe falling off your bike, we need to be able to know what your reason is for doing this, to go back to you and say, hey, this is why you joined. Is that still valid for you? Okay, so we've had a little bump. You can choose to walk away, and that would be sad. But if this is why, is this reason still valid? We can help you get back on the bike, if you like. So that's your homework, is to go away and look at nscmindset.com. And then I want you to go to the OTG Global Pacific System 7. But I also want you to go along to the, if you go along to the download section on this page, you'll be able to download, hang on, I've just got to move my computer so I can see over the top. You'll go, download document. Now to log into here, you just put the month we're in. That is the login code to get into the OTG website, okay? Now, the thing that I had up here, this is part of the Fast Start booklet. Okay, so this is where the Fast Start booklet is what we should all be using when we start somebody new. Now, I'm just going to flick through this so you can get an idea of what it talks about, all right? So it talks about welcome to your new business, and it talks about OTG System 7. So Nu Skin are the business partners that develop products, they ensure the logistics, they take care of the admin and legal, they pay our commission, and they provide personalised support for to our business. What OTG System 7 does, designs and teaches a duplication system so that when we're not there, the system will carry on without us. Or if you've got a personality conflict, or you don't see eye to eye with the person who sponsored you or somebody else, you can then use the system and rely on the system to work without the personalities involved. And there will be times when you've got people in your group who just don't relate. They might not relate to me, they might not relate to somebody else. So the best way to take the personalities out of it is to use a system, okay? So OTG also organise events, and they develop business materials for us. So we can get this off the website for no cost. There's a code of conduct. Now this is important. You help them get started, and you help them write down who their sponsor is, their personal info, their ID number. It talks you through the sign up, getting them started, where to go to join, all of these things. It gets them to get registered, to get an account. The NS Insight training is, we've got other ones that are relative to us, that other than the NS Insight. And here you go. This is what I'm going to be talking about over the next few nights, next few Sundays, sorry. So System 7 workflow, so goals. So I've already given you your homework to look at NSE Mindset and write down your goals and what you want to get from Nu Skin and why you're doing it, okay? Now the next thing we need to do, and as I was saying, we've got our own online shop of fantastic products that are innovative, cutting edge, and are really good for the body to use. So what I want you to do is to write down a list of contacts. Now the biggest thing around writing a list of contacts is you'll start writing and you'll get to about 10 and your brain will put the brakes on. Guaranteed. You might get to 20 if you're lucky, but they'll brain, it's a funny old thing, it puts the brakes on. And without realizing it, you suddenly go, oh, I don't know anybody. What you've done is probably prejudged all of those people that you do know, and what you need to do is just prompt yourself. So if you go to this Fast Start booklet, it has, so this is the bit I want you to fill out with your goals, but it has in here, let me just click down, making your contact list. Now this is invaluable because it gives you little prompts to think about different people in different environments that you're in. So if you think of 10 people in your family, 10 friends, 10 business contacts, 10 community, maybe you do charity work, maybe you play a sport, you can add those different things there. And then actually locate the key people, the most influential contacts in those 4 main networks, okay, because they're the ones we're going to go to first. They're the ones who are influential, who generally will make informed decisions rather than just off-the-cuff things. So that's what I want you guys to go away and do over the next nights. For those that want to, I'm happy to do an accountability evening on Wednesday evening. Same time frame. Yeah, same time frame works for me. Just let me know. Maybe people can message me to let me know if it works for them. So 8 to 8:30, we can do a little bit of accountability. Tell me you've done your homework. And my next challenge, go back up here. Where were we? Fundamentals. Is invite. Right, so I'm going to spend the last 10 minutes talking to you about invite. Now, if we go down to the fast start backwards again, sorry to flip you all around here. Fast start. So, the biggest thing with your invite, and what I want you to go back and do, is to look at the OTG, the first page you come to with the little training things on it. You need to know how to tell your story. You need to know what your story is and how to tell it, because that's a big part of what you are doing with Nu Skin. So potentially it could be, hey, I'm currently employed. It looks like I'm going to be laid off for the next 6 months. I'm panicking. I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't been, out in the workforce for 20 years. I don't know what that looks like. And I just want to have a little bit of security, some extra cash flow coming in before that happens, okay? Or you could be, hey, I want to stay at home and look after my kids. I want to be at home mum, and I want to have flexibility around the time that I work so that I can work when the kids are sleeping or at school, preschool, right? Maybe you are just looking to create some extra money or to be well and want to pay for your own products. Whatever your story is, get that straight, okay? And that will help you get your mind straight when you're talking to people to invite them to look at information. Now, when we do an invite, and this is something I haven't got written down for you to see, but what I want you to write down is CODD. C is for compliment, O is for objective, D is for disclaimer, and the last D is for date. Now, when you're inviting somebody, you want to invite them. Be specific. What is it that you're inviting them to? Okay? I would suggest that you're inviting them to take a look at some information that might provide them with a way to create some extra cash flow, right? That's where I come from. I know that we've got massive growth coming in the market in Nu Skin in the next 2 to 5 years. Of that, half of it it'll be over 8 million growth. Billion. Get my zeros right. Growth in globally. The companies share almost half of that back with us. So there's massive things happening right now. There's significant dollars to be had by those people who want to do the work. So what we're looking for is some people to put together and create a team to grab some market share. So that's what you want to be thinking about in the back of your mind. If that's why you're on, you've got a Nu Skin business and you're looking to create some decent cash flow, that's what it's about, right? We've got an innovative company with innovative products that use people like us to market and distribute their products. So we're looking to grow a team to put together. So as a compliment, people will always stop and take the time to listen when you pay them a genuine compliment. Then you state your objective, which might be expanding your team. Then you do a disclaimer. Always put in the disclaimer, which is it might be for you, it might not. That takes the pressure off them feeling like they're on the spot. If you make them feel like they're on the spot, they'll get all defensive and they'll just put up the barriers. They won't hear anything you say. So always put in somewhere in that conversation, that invite, it might be for you, it might not. Okay, and then, hey, have you got half an hour we can sit down and have a chat? Or if you'd like to give me your email, I can flick you a quick video we can have a look at. So that's what the date is about. It's about fixing them down to a time when you can give them the information and follow it up. So as a way of what that would look like, I would normally say, hey Lorraine, great to see you. Look, I really love your smiley, friendly personality. Now, this might be for you, it might not, but what I'm doing is I'm helping work with a $1 billion company. We've got some fantastic breakthrough technology coming to market. I'm looking to expand my team because it's just taken off. I'm just wondering if you'd be interested in earning some extra cash flow if the money was right. Maybe if you've got 15 minutes, I could explain it to you. Would that be okay? Okay, so that's not one of my best invites, I've got to say, off the cuff. But I use that format: compliment, objective, disclaimer, and date. It might be, you might have just met somebody who's given you great service in a cafe, for example, or a shop. I would go up and say, hey, this might seem a bit strange, but I loved your friendly smiley face, so helpful. I'm looking for some smart, fun, smiley people to work with to expand my team, to create some additional cash flow or additional income streams. You can do it alongside what you're doing. Would you be interested in taking a look at the money? Might be for you, might not. If you've got half an hour, I can sit down and talk to you about it. And so it's quite light. It's not heavy. It's only, I don't give any information around what it is we're doing, except that we're creating, building distribution channels, if you like, with innovative products that are based around the wellness industry, depending on which part you want to focus on. So if you want to use more information, that's okay, but be prepared to back it up if they ask you, what is it? All right. When I mention the fact that we're innovative technology, they don't tend to ask questions. It might be for you, it might not. Are you interested in creating some extra cash flow? Because the question is not about what I'm doing, but are they interested in creating extra cash flow, or creating an additional income stream, or making some extra money for the family? You know, would you like a way to pay some of your bills a bit faster? Are you interested? Are you on social media? Would you like to? Are you making money on social media? Would you like to? So there's all sorts of different invites. I can't give you a specific invite for you, because my words and my way of delivery aren't going to be yours. So you need to make it an individual thing for you. So what I'm going to task you with, this is your last bit of homework. I want you to go away and I want you to write an invite that works for you. I want you to write it down, and then I want you to call 10 people or bump into 10 people, and I want you to practice it on them. 10 people between now and Wednesday night. And if you can't get on the Zoom call on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, then I want you to message me somehow and let me know how those 10 calls went. I'm challenging you with 10, because you need to do at least 10 before you start to feel comfortable with the words. The words will work themselves out once you start using them. Now, I don't care whether or not you ring your friends and say, hey, my business mentor has told me I've got to do this. Will you be my guinea pig? Okay? It doesn't matter if that's what you do with 10 friends and then you do your invite with them using CODD. That's fine. Got no problem with that. But I want you to go away and do 10 of them, because 10 will give us an idea of what your statistics are like with regard to contact and conversion. And until we get to know what your statistics are, we won't know how many people you'll need to talk to set your goals. All right? So 10 people. Write down an invite. If you want to come back to me and say, hey, how is this sounding? Happy to bounce it off me. I'm happy for you to do that. If you get 10 no's, then let's have a look and see what you're saying. So if you've got it written down and you stick pretty much to it, then I'll be able to look at it and tweak it and help you get it better. All right? But you need to do 10 to get the practice, to get it to start rolling off your tongue. Alrighty? And I don't care if you call up each other and practice on each other, but you need to call 10 new people, 10 non-new skin people, 10 friends who might know about it, but you've never actually invited them, And if you want to preempt it with a, hey, I've got to have some guinea pigs, would you mind being my guinea pig? That's fine. Whatever it takes to use that invite, okay? So, not sure how you're all feeling about that, but what I'm going to do is call that quits for tonight. So just to reiterate, you've got nfcmindset.com for your belief and your goals. You've got otg.global/Pacific/System 7 for the little workflow charts that help you tell your story and get your mindset right. And they are invaluable for telling your story, okay? And then you've got the otg.global/Pacific/ the downloads. Go to the downloads part of the otg.global Pacific website. The login is the month we're in. Go to downloads and download the Fast Start book, because that's when you can fill out the goals and start writing your contact list. Okay, so we want to start off with 10 or 20, put it down, go away, stop prejudging people, come back, write down another 10, 20. And you'll have to do that 3 or 4 times before your brain opens up to realize that you know 3,000 or 4,000 people. Okay, don't prejudge, write everybody down. Alrighty, and then the last thing for you to do is to write your invite and to use it on 10 people. And I will see you all back here on Wednesday at 8 p.m. as a follow-up, so I can hear, get you to tell your story, get you to tell me what your one goal is, and get you to tell me how you got on with your 10 invites. All right, so you're inviting people to take a look at some information. If you make 10 calls and they all want to look at some information, I will tell you what the next step is. Give me a call. All right, if you haven't got my contacts, go to Graham. It will also help with the next step. Is that all okay? Everybody thumbs up? Everybody's happy?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right, guys, I look forward to seeing you all on Wednesday, and I'm really, really excited for you in terms of what this can do to get you going forward. Okay, good night and have a great evening.
Thanks, Pam.
You're welcome.